In a month or two, it could come back.
Would you urge him to come back here?
Yeah, I want him to come back. I think he's got unfinished business. Got to get his name on the Davis Cup and on the Wimbledon trophy.
John Newcombe in Melbourne last night. Well, this morning the skies over Sydney Harbour played host to a spectacular sight as the Summer Extreme Games were officially opened with Skysurfing. And among those taking the plunge were Australia's national Skysurf champions Pauline Richards and camera flyer Mike McGrath, who both join us now from the shores of Sydney Harbour. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Steve.
Pauline, let me start with you. Tell me what Skysurfing is and explain to me how it's different from skydiving.
Well, Steve, I guess Skysurfing is really the extreme end of what is already an extreme sport. I strap this board to my feet and
just
jump
hold
out.
that board up. Let me see how big it is. Okay.
Just over 3/4 my height.
Right. And you strap it to your feet?
Strap it to my feet, and Mikey and I jump out of an aeroplane and do all sorts of crazy manoeuvres around one another.
In fact, we're just watching you jump out of a plane over Sydney Harbour this morning. What sort of altitude were you at when you both left the aircraft this morning?
14,000 feet.
And what sort of speeds are you falling at?
Up to 300 kilometres an hour for 50 seconds until we open our parachutes.
So give me a sense of the sensation, both of you, Mike,
Wow.
both of you are experiencing. I mean, we're watching you now as you do your tricks and fall to earth from this altitude of 14,000 feet.
Yeah, sure. Well, you reach within reason, you reach a certain speed. People have heard of terminal velocity, and that's sort of quite approximate. But once you get up there to a certain speed, you can feel the air flowing over your body like water. And so you can push that around either with your limbs or, in Pauline's case, with the board. And you use that airflow to direct yourself in the direction that you want to go. So you have the sensation of literally flying and moving through the air.
And how does it feel? It feels mad. It's great.
So why do you do it?
I guess we're adrenaline junkies like the rest of the extreme gamers.
Mike, explain the relationship between you and Pauline, because you're a team.
Yeah, we certainly
You're the
are.
cameraman.
Yeah, we're judged on results from the camera. So what I see is actually, it's what we're judged on as well as interactive moves that we'll do together. So we can fly around each other above, below, at any different angle. So we'll use a lot of interactive moves, flying three-dimensionally with each other, and we have to work pretty tight.
I can't believe, Pauline, you're doing this. I mean, you can't see it probably, but we're watching vision of you and some of the other guys today. Just extraordinary.
It's pretty funky out there, and I have to say the views are something, the views of Sydney that we got this morning that we're able to share with you now are very special.
Mike, do you both have time, though, to really soak up the vision, soak up the views, or are you preoccupied with other things? You making sure you're getting the right shots for the judges to assess, and Pauline, you making sure you're not making any mistakes?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Steve. This is the first jump we're doing. We're doing 4 over the next couple of days, and they're probably going to get easier and more enjoyable as they go. But this one being the first one of the morning, there was definitely a lot of pressure.
Pauline, you and Mike competed at the World Meet in Spain. How did you go there?
We came equal 5th in the women's event. It was our first World Meet, and our real goal is 2 years' time. So we'll be a lot more competitive then. We'll be busy training between now and then. And this event, obviously, the Planet X Games is one of the other big things on our schedule.
I just find, Mike, is this full-time for both of you now?
Yeah, we both, we compete and we work in the sport, like taking people for tandems and making videos and teaching people to skydive. And when we're not doing that, we're training or competing.
All right, and you'll understand when you invite me to go on a tandem, you'll understand when I say thanks, but no thanks.
If you change your mind.
I won't be, that's one thing I won't be doing. I think you're terrific, both of you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks
Thank you very
Good luck.
much. Thanks.
Going to go 10?
I just don't, well, I mean, it's an old line, but I don't understand why they jump out of a perfectly good plane. There's no way in the world I could do that, I'm sorry. Roller coasters, love roller coasters, but, you know, you're sort of attached to the ground on a roller coaster.
Rather them than me.
Oh, good on them. Coming up, director Baz Luhrmann talks about life after Moulin Rouge.